It was the Boxing Day tsunami, and I was in war-torn Sri Lanka with a group of volunteers. And I remember going down this long road that connected thousands of villages to the centre of town. And as we drove down that road, what felt like tens of thousands of people were on the road. And we heard about what happened that morning by people jumping into our car and us driving to find lost loved ones. And one lady jumped into the car and she grabbed my hand. And I felt the power and the fear and the desperation. And in that hour, the seeds of Palmera were sown, and my life has never truly been quite the same. Palmera is a palm tree that's found in rural Sri Lanka, and it's a tree that uses every part of itself to serve its community, from the bark for fuel to the leaves for shelter. And that night when the tsunami hit, it rained. I mean, it rained so hard, and the tens of thousands of people that had come to the village, not one person was left out in the cold. I saw people serve their community, and I thought, at least I can try. So why Sri Lanka? Let me tell you why through the eyes of Maya. And Maya was one of the recipients of a project of ours about a year ago. Maya's a 27-year-old woman, and she's got two beautiful small kids, and she was widowed in the war. And she lives in a hut that has 4 bamboo sticks and a tarpaulin that the UN had given her. And we'd given her some chickens that she could use for food and that she could use for income. And when I asked her what the impact of that project was for her, she said that she sleeps with 5 less men a week. This is what's happening in Sri Lanka. It's a country that's devastated by war, and in so many countries where we see such entrenched poverty, I can see that Sri Lanka's at a crossroads. It really can go the other way. And there's tens and hundreds of thousands of women like Maya, and Palmera's only been able just to make a dent. One of the promises we made to Maya is that she wouldn't have to sleep with 5 less men a day, but she wouldn't have to sleep with any. And so the project that I want to share with you tonight was born. What we're going to be doing is providing 35 people just like Maya with a goat rearing business. Now, what this is going to do is provide self-sustenance food for her and her family, but it's also going to provide her income. Palmera believes in an economic solution that if we can provide access to income, then people can make the decisions and the choices they need to free themselves from poverty. And we're doing this through goats, and all too often we see goats on a card that we send for Christmas, and I think the power of the goat has been lost. So let me tell you what Palmera does that's different. You know, we really believe we unlock the power of this goat, and we do that in 3 ways. Firstly, what we do is we provide Maya and all the beneficiaries with training. How do you keep these goats healthy? How do you keep these goats healthy? How do you get the maximum milk from these goats? How do you ensure that those goats can breed? Now, Maya's never reared goats before, and these are all things that she really needs help with. The second thing that we're going to do is provide her access to markets. It's now getting very competitive in war-torn Sri Lanka as new people come to the area. And so we're going to provide her access to markets, and also how do you actually sell? She's never been involved in trade, her husband used to do that. And the last thing we're going to do, and the most important, is we're going to connect her with communities. Maya's been displaced 9 times. She's only known war. And so her will to live and her will to keep trying one more time, it will be is the ingredient of success. And she needs peers and friends, and those community groups that we'll create will happen over a 12-month period so that she can get the support that she needs. There was another INGO that knocked on Maya's door and said, can we help? Can we provide you with goats? And Maya refused that help because she has no money for healthcare. She has no money if the goats don't get well, if the goats get sick. She doesn't have money to keep those goats if something goes wrong. So what's really important in how we work is we work with local partners that Maya trusts, that Maya knows. And we support, through myself and my team, and we have people on the ground that really make sure that those partners have the capacity to do the jobs that they do. I want to say so much more about the project, but apparently I'm on a bit of a time limit. So let me just say that if you put up your hand today and you bid, please know that Palmera undertakes quarterly reporting. And in a year, you'll be able to see the impact that you had to people like Maya. And that's really important because if you don't understand the impact that you have, then we haven't done our job properly. That first project that we did with Maya was supported by one man, David, who's a senior businessman at Westpac. And he's actually one of World Vision's largest supporters. And a couple of years ago, he decided to give to Palmera, and he's a donor to this day. And when we asked him why he gives to us, he said that he can really see the impact that he has. And because we're a small grassroots organisation, he can really get hands-on, he can get involved. And that's really what I think we do quite well. So I want to encourage everyone here to really support this project and get behind it. And I want to say that if you put up your hand tonight, there is someone like Maya who is reaching out, and although you might not feel it, ooh, now I'm going to cry. Even though you might not feel it, it really will be the most powerful connection that she's ever made, and I hope that you will ever make as well.